right now, a battle of the titans, Suni versus Simone for the women's all-around title.
Who are we?
We're alongside Suni's family watching her go for gold.
From the bars to the butterfly, Reagan Smith chases Olympic glory in the pool.
Summer storms ripped through western Minnesota, bringing damaging hail and strong winds. I'm Sammy Solina with how the cleanup is going in Chicago.
And stepping up after Rainbow Health's sudden closure leaves thousands of patients in limbo.
When one agency suffers, we all suffer.
The news starts now.
Well, here's a live look at Paris right now, where it may be night, but the excitement is still palpable.
Just hours ago, St. Paul's Golden Girl, Suni Lee, made history, competing in the women's gymnastics all-around, showcasing her skills on vault, uneven bars, balance beam, and the floor. This is the same competition for which she earned gold in Tokyo. If you don't already know how Suni did, now is the time to turn away, because we are going to share the final results. We'll give you a moment. Thanks for joining us. I'm Julie Nelson.
And I'm Rena Sargentopoulos. All right, we've given you your moment. Let's get to those results. Suni is the defending gold medalist in the all-around, and she proved why today. She was in a three-way tie for third coming into that final rotation when she nailed her floor routine, giving her the push she needed to win the bronze medal. Her teammate Simone Biles won gold, with Brazil's Rebecca Andrade taking the silver.
One last cheer for the whole world to see that St. Paul, Minnesota, support Suni 100%.
A big show of support today from Suni's family and friends. That was her uncle you heard there, who gathered again today to cheer her on. They say they never doubted she would take home another medal, saying her perseverance is an inspiration, especially to the younger generation.
I think it's because we've never really seen someone look like us on TV before.
Suni's parents and all but one of her 6 siblings are in Paris, along with extended family who live just outside the city. Suni was just one of the Minnesotans vying for a medal today. Reggie Wilson is here now with Lakeville's Reagan Smith and how she did today. Reggie?
Hey, we saw some electrifying moments happen this afternoon with some of our Minnesota Olympians, and we didn't have to wait long for results. Swimming came right after gymnastics. Reagan Smith won her 2nd silver medal in the 200 butterfly, coming just shy of Canada's Summer McIntosh. Smith did, however, set a new American record with a 2:3.84. The fastest in U.S. history. Then she was back in the pool an hour later for the 200 backstroke semifinals, and she placed 3rd behind her teammate Phoebe Bacon and Kylie Moss from Canada. So catch Smith in the pool again tomorrow at 1:36 p.m. for the 200 backstroke final. It's her last scheduled event, but there is a chance she'll also swim in the women's 4x1 medley on Sunday.
All right, thanks, Reggie. St. Cloud native Elise Willoughby had her first race in Paris this afternoon in the BMX racing qualifiers. Elise finished first in all 3 of her heats today to move on to the semifinals tomorrow afternoon. This is Willoughby's 4th Olympic Games, and the Twin Cities are cheering her on. At a bar of their own, it was packed for all the sports today, but especially for Willoughby, something owner Jillian Hiscock says Willoughby deserves.
So I know she won the first heat here in the quarters, so we're excited to see how she does tomorrow in the finals. She's deserved it for all the years that she's been working hard, and we're really, really proud to support her.
Elise will compete tomorrow in the semifinals, and if she makes it to the final, that race will also happen tomorrow. And tonight in primetime, you can see St. Paul's Suni Lee and Simone Biles in the women's all-around. You'll also see Reagan Smith's 200-meter butterfly race. You can watch Katie Ledecky and Team USA swim for gold in the 4x200-meter freestyle relay, and we do hope that you'll join us after that for Kare 11 News at 10.
To the weather now, much calmer across Minnesota tonight. Showers throughout the day help lower that humidity, but the heat's coming back quickly. Belle's in the backyard of the first look. Hi, Belle.
It sure is, Julie, and you can see the blue sky overhead also on that sky cam. So the skies are clearing, and that's because this low pressure center that was over us yesterday is now over Wisconsin. You can see the thunderstorms there, and the clouds are clearing from west to east. And we anticipate clearing tonight, and the sun and the heat return tomorrow. Right now, where the sun is out, you can see it's in the 80s. Where the clouds have been, we're sitting in the mid 70s. And here are your next 6 hours. We expect it to be a quiet evening. We'll start the morning out at 67, and we will top out at 90. We'll talk about a hot first weekend of August, and then a cool down next week in a few moments.
All right. Thank you, Belle. People in western Minnesota have a big mess to clean up after this was falling from the sky last night. Strong winds and softball-sized hail tore up parts of Big Stone and Stevens County. Sammy Selena made the drive out west to get a first-hand look at the damage.
Look closely, you'll see signs of Wednesday's big hailstorm in Stevens County. For Kelly and Paula Zimmerman,
it was a loud thunk, and I thought, well, what's going on?
Their proof can be found in their freezer.
Very close to 5 inches.
They showed off their find to the rest of Shokayo, and weather officials even took an interest.
I'd already talked to a representative from the National Weather Service, and he had said this might be a state record, and I thought, well, we didn't have that record very long.
Turns out their neighbor's hail was bigger than theirs.
It was wild. I've never seen anything like that.
Samantha Benson and her kids hid in the basement during the storm.
It was wild. It was very, very loud. Like the hail just, it was insane.
When it was clear,
this was the piece that my husband had found outside.
They found a 6-inch hailstone in their backyard.
It is officially 6.00-inch diameter hail, which would be tied for the largest piece found prior.
Nick Elms with Stevens County Emergency Management works with National Weather Service and suspects this ties the record for biggest hailstone in the state.
A record like tying hail, like that's insane.
What's even luckier than that, no reports of people hurt, just carves.
This back window just completely shattered.
And roofs.
House is livable, we're safe, so that's all that matters.
So while they turn their attention to cleaning up the mess, they'll put their other tasks.
I didn't think I'd be keeping hailstones in my freezer.
On ice. Sammy Solina, Kare 11 News.
Well, just into the newsroom in the last 15 minutes, St. Paul police are investigating a homicide this afternoon on I-94. Police say a man called 911 at about 12:30 today, reporting that he had assaulted an elderly man in a vehicle on the interstate. When police arrived to the car parked near Pryor Avenue, they found 2 men. One was a caller, the other was in the driver's seat, unconscious and not breathing. Police say that man was pronounced dead at the hospital. Police detained the caller and are investigating what happened and why, and say they will release more information tomorrow.
We have learned tonight that police believe alcohol was a factor in a crash involving an off-duty St. Paul police officer. St. Paul police say the SUV crashed into a building near 3rd Street East and Bates Avenue early this morning, and then it started on fire. Officers were able to pull the driver out. St. Paul firefighters were able to knock down the flames. The State Patrol is now investigating that crash. St. Paul police say it is to avoid a conflict of interest.
Several Minneapolis organizations are stepping in to help thousands of people after the sudden closure of Rainbow Health. The Aliveness Project is one of those organizations.
As Joe McCoy tells us, that clinic is now helping connect all those left hanging by Rainbow's closure.
After Rainbow Health abruptly closed its doors on July 19th.
Get those folks in sooner rather than later.
The Aliveness Project has taken over, helping the HIV community.
It's been an incredibly sad, it's been an incredibly tragic time for the community.
Matt Toburin is the Aliveness Project Executive Director. After Minneapolis lost the African American AIDS Task Force earlier this year, Toburin says Rainbow Health closing is another huge blow.
We're in the midst of an HIV outbreak, and so we're really struggling on a lot of different levels.
Since Tuesday, through its food shelf, the Aliveness Project has helped clients and also paid 60 late rents and stopped 30 evictions. Rainbow Health had a total of more than 1,500 clients who are now looking to Aliveness for support.
Aliveness can't do it all, and so we're working with a lot of other community organizations to see where other folks have capacity.
Councilmember Cashman.
Aye.
Councilmember Osmond.
Aye. Today, the Minneapolis City Council voted unanimously to approve a $1.8 million federal grant originally intended for Rainbow Health to now go to Aliveness to help 32 families.
They've been doing an amazing job.
City Council member Andrea Jenkins has been vocal about the Aliveness Project's importance.
It's just really critical that this work to really help marginalized folks in our community.
So it's going to just exponentially start to grow.
Toburin says Aliveness will continue to do all they can to help those in need. In Minneapolis, Joe McCoy, Kare 11 News.
Coming up, a passion project born in the pandemic is transforming the game of golf. How Minnesota's Rip Golf is helping even professionals up their game.
And as we head to break, let's take a look at the Olympic medal count as it stands right now.